Welcome to Time to Press Pause, real life stories from the C-suite. I'm your host, Ellen Williams, CEO of The Salient Strategist, and today I'm speaking with Mei-Yung Lee. Her pause story is quite unique because it's all about pets and pet projects, really. Instead of taking a pause that stops everything, her pause actually created new things. She spent time thinking differently and with people outside of her own organization and came up with new ways to build her organization. Mei-Yung Lee is CEO of Ageless Zen, a boutique manufacturer of premium natural skincare. She also created the nonprofit AZ Circle of Giving Foundation and the Ageless Zen Community Partnership Program, as funding for valuable community and educational programs is becoming increasingly competitive. Together, these two organizations help teach other nonprofits self-reliance with a thinking out-of-the-box approach to creating a monthly revenue stream with the communities they serve, rather than relying solely on seasonal fundraisers. Mei is an active Rotarian, visionary entrepreneur, and philanthropist.
Welcome, May. I'm so pleased to have you here today on Time to Press Pause.
Oh, thank you for having me. I heard so much about your podcast. I'm just glad that I'm here now.
Wow. Well, thank you. We've had an opportunity to chat a little bit, and I really am very eager to hear your Press Pause story.
Okay. Well, okay, let me give you a little bit of the background, how I come to feel that I need to press pause. So anyway, I was born in Hong Kong, and my father actually was a Chinese herbal doctor. So very early on, I'm trained and also really love using natural product. I was trained as an investor. And as you probably know, Chinese tiger mom, doing anything else is not sustainable. You're going to starve yourself to death. So they trained me as an investor, knowing the numbers and all of that. So I'm always under quite a lot of pressure, if you know what I'm saying, in my life. So when I came to the US and I fell in love with tennis and I play a lot of tennis to another extreme. I got a lot of sun, a lot of sun damages, got aging very quickly between me and my friends. So in 2016, I acquired Ageless Zen, which is a scientific research company that help domestic and international company to research natural ingredients. I feel that that is fantastic because my goal is always trying to use natural and clean product, but effective product to help myself, my friends, and families. And I also volunteer and do a lot of nonprofit work because I just love to help out to other peoples and organizations. With that, we spent about 5 years to research and develop a line of amazing, very effective natural product. So I'm trying to see how I can use it as a vehicle to help create opportunities for entrepreneurs and also how to help nonprofits to raise fund that is sustainable for them and their organization. I was always under a lot of pressure because somehow I feel that I have to prove it to my parents and I have to prove it to myself. This new venture is going to be successful. I don't just always have to be just an investor. I can roll up my sleeve, get my hand dirty, and do the good things for the community, which will make me feel good also about who I am. So about 3 years ago, I was started to getting a little burnout because starting a company from ground up is not so easy. And working with the research team and also with clean natural product research ingredient is totally something I don't know about. But I'm learning every day, but I'm accumulating pressure, of course, every day. So finally, someone told me, I said, hey, why don't you go to join Rotary? And you probably make some new friends and take a little break. So I say, Oh, that sounds a good idea because I like to help out in the community, and that's one of the reasons why I built this company anyway. So I joined the local chapter, the Lake Tahoe Rotary. I really got to meet wonderful, wonderful people. They are in the same wavelength as me. So I got to meet new friends and we together do community project and international projects. Now, although it's not like taking me away from my company, right? But when I'm with them, I really feel that I'm creating something very special. So that energy really make me feel good about what I'm doing. And I think my brain is finally getting a rest from how to grow my company, how to help other nonprofits, how to do all of this. Now I'm actually nurturing myself through helping others. So I think that's very meaningful for me. So that's my big pause moment. And then, of course, I also have some small pause moment, which I know some people think, she always just like to work, doesn't matter what it is. So I have two cute Bernie doodles. I love to groom them, brush them. That is my little mini pause. And when I am helping them and keeping them healthy and pretty looking, it's also very rewarding for me. So I'll take 5 minutes or 10 minutes of my time during the day and I brush them and kiss them and it's really healing for me. So that's is kind of my little mini moment of pausing, if it makes sense.
I think it does make sense. So let me get this right. You had a long career as an investor. You came
Yes.
to the US, got involved with tennis, and then eventually you acquired a scientific research organization that married your knowledge of health and wellness and natural products to start to create products that can help entrepreneurs and nonprofits. However, that built up to burnout, which is not uncommon. I've heard a lot of that on this podcast. But you're telling me your pause was joining the local Rotary.
Yes,
And
believe it or not.
because you take the pauses from the rest of your life at these Rotary meetings and the groups of people you've met. It's a recurring pause. How many Rotary meetings or projects do you have and at what frequency?
We actually meet usually every Friday for a lunch meeting in the local hotel area. We go in and we tease each other and we say hello, we hug each other. You know, we really create friendship, fellowship, and then we together we create programs and help local school and also help the community or international project because I'm sure some of your listener or you understand that Rotary is an international organization. I got to go to the Muley in Mexico. We deliver a lot of dental equipment down there and met the local people down there. And so, see, I'm also being taken out from my usually day-to-day routine when I got to go with my friends, Rotary friends that I really like, to do this very meaningful international project. And then trying to be somebody that is the world is just more than ourselves, right? We're serving about self. That got a lot of meaning to me and make me feel that I'm being very nurtured. And then it also make me feel that I am very blessed that I'm in the position that to be able to help out others in that way. I know many people have done bigger things and amazing things. But in my small way, the way I giving back by joining Rotary, mentally is a really a big pause for me because now I'm not just focusing on building and developing these amazing products. I'm also using this product and help school or help nonprofit organization to fundraise. So we build a whole total different model because of my involvement with Rotary, because it made me think out of the box that we started to build a nonprofit called the Circle of Giving Foundation. And then within the Circle of Giving Foundation, we also spout up a community partnership program, which will teach local community nonprofits how they can galvanize their community to help to support themselves. So now, through introducing and promoting natural products, they actually can get stable income stream for their own organization. I think through Rotary, that's how I learned. And then that's why my business model started to evolve towards more community based. So it's very gratifying for me.
It sounds like it. That's quite an expansion from a pause. But as you said, it's multiple pauses. The
Yes.
initial pause was joining. They sound like very, not just healing pauses, which you said earlier, but energizing pauses,
Yes.
because you said it helped you think out of the box. So really, the pause of removing yourself from the day in and day out of your organization allowed you to expand your personal circle of friends, but also your professional endeavors and a new way of thinking.
Yes, absolutely. So I know people have different ways of feeling nurturing, feeling that how they feel about the world. To me, I feel helping other people really energize me and then reboot me in this way. So I just really, really energized and happy. So when you're happy, you can think of new way of doing things and you can infuse your energy and passion into different project, like you say, allow me to expand my mind so I can think of other things besides just every day going to the lab and check out all my product and how many people are shopping and which market we need to expand to, all of they just took it out of it. And then I refocused the company into be a more helping hand and create opportunity for others. And it's a model that actually I believe that you can be for profit and non-profit at the same time. So I really liking this model, and I also meeting more friends, because of that reason. So also, I feel that the initial pause and also multiple pauses that every week when I go to a Rotary meeting that I receive, it sustain me. I'm going to be their president in June. So you know how much I liking it. So
Oh, you're going to be the president in June. So much for trying to overcome burnout, right? You're just
yeah,
adding
yeah.
more. However, having said that, do you feel that joining the Rotary, and even though you've become very much involved in it, do you
Mhm.
think that that is allowing you to not feel the burnout that you were starting to feel, working solely and focusing on your organization?
Oh, absolutely. Because when I'm focusing on my organization, maybe I'm one of those type A personality. I'm always just drill on it. I don't want to let go of things. I'm looking at all the details. You probably have many entrepreneur or founder tell you the same story. I'm very hung into the everyday and hung into different market, like I say, different products and different packaging. And I mean, a lot of things is all how to build the best product to benefit, of course, myself, my families, and my friends, and the world. But that is also something that you just day in and day out, you're seeing the same thing. So by taking myself out of it, like once a week to have fellowship and then looking for a great cause. So now I'm not thinking about the lab and I'm not thinking about the packaging and I'm not thinking about a lot of things that I have to do every day. So now I'm thinking, oh, how I make an impact and helping others. So for me, it is taking a little bit of my burnout and burden away because I'm totally focusing on very, very different things. So my mind got a chance to rest from that part of it and then develop my mind and the other part of it, which I still like, about nonprofits.
Fascinating. I really do appreciate the unique story that you have of joining another organization as a pause. I love that. You found something that enabled you to not fully get into burnout mode where you really couldn't help your organization. And it wasn't just a one and done. This is something you do weekly and really fuels you. So I have one last question for you, May.
Okay.
What advice do you have for other leaders as to how can they identify in their life that it would be time for them to press pause?
Well, I think when you started to lose a little patience with your spouse, and when you're losing a little patience with your beloved dogs, and then when you started to give people very short answers, and just felt like annoyed, because oh, you should know this. Why don't you know this? I didn't say it, but it's in my brain. That's what I was judging people. And so now you know that, okay, now that is the time. I need to take a step back. Well, what do I need? So we call it some of those symptoms, right? So, so when you discover some of those symptoms, then I would say that take a pause, whether like me trying to do service project like Rotary or other nonprofit organization, or just take a vacation in Hawaii. Whatever work for your heart's desire. The key is really is to take yourself away from the day-to-day development so you can have a chance to recharge. And recharging through helping other people, great. And recharging seeing nobody or unplug, that's wonderful too. Everybody, is a little bit different. I hope maybe more people will be joining organization as part of the recharge.
Yeah, I like that. So when leaders start to feel themselves getting short in their responses with the
Yeah.
people around them and getting frustrated, not only can they pause and step away completely, but to your point, they can pause and actually immerse themselves into something else for the greater good.
Right. Yeah, that's what I chose. But I know some of my friends think I'm totally crazy.
I don't think you're crazy. This is a very unique pause. I think this story is great. I think it is important to give back when you can. And I had never really considered getting involved in the community as a way to pause, but it certainly is. Thank you so much for such an insightful pause and a really different approach to overcoming burnout and being able to really continue to be a whole person. So thank you so much for being here with me today. I really enjoyed our conversation.
Thank you, Alan. I really enjoyed this conversation too. And you can tell that my goal is trying to get more people to do service projects, right?
I can. I absolutely can.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Time to Press Pause. If you're interested in learning more about Mei, go to agelesszen.com. If you're interested in learning more about me, go to thesalientstrategist.com. And please listen again wherever you listen to your podcasts.